going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We're back at you again today with another MLB 15 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. It's time once again for another weekly edition of This Week in Major League Baseball. It's our weekly series here on YouTube where we talk about everything going on in Major League Baseball over some Diamond Dynasty online gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoy the game. And as always, be sure to click that thumbs up if you're new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you got any topics that you would like for me to cover in next week's episode or any future episodes, leave those in the comment section. Also in the comment section, let me know how your team did in this week's MLB player draft. It happened earlier this week. And now, I don't follow baseball like I do football, so I'm not usually into the draft. I probably watched it more than I ever had in my entire life this year. I watched about the first hour of it. And just to see what the Rockies were going to do, they had some early picks, including the number 3 pick. They went with Brendan Rodgers, a high school shortstop who projected could be a really good player, possibly Troy Tulowitzki's understudy there at shortstop. And this is a shortstop-infested draft. I believe 8 shortstops went in the first round, which tied a record. But let me know, again, how do you think your team did? Obviously, everything is all projections and guessing and hoping, and nothing guaranteed. So many rounds in the draft, it's just insane. But it was fun to watch. I guess this is the first year that it's been televised, and I could be wrong about that. But they had quite a few players at the draft. You know, it's growing and gaining popularity, so that's definitely a good thing for the sport. And speaking of young and good players, Kris Heston, first no-hitter of the year, guys, from the San Francisco Giants, the 17th in San Francisco Giants team history. Now, this is a young guy who I liked a lot. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I had a pack opening video and actually pulled his card, and I mentioned in that video that he was a good young pitcher. So I was, even though he's in, with the same division, and the Giants are somewhat of a rival of the Rockies, you would think or say, I was happy for the kid. He struck out the side in the 9th inning. I tuned into it late. I saw the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. He had some nasty curveballs that got in there in the 9th to strike batters out against the Mets. And just good to see somebody do it, somebody so young as well. Our first one of the year. So congrats to Kris Heston from the San Francisco Giants. Some other news that's going on in baseball this week is talk about the All-Star Game, and I do want to get into this and just voice my opinion on it, and feel free to do it in the comments section as well for whatever your feelings are on this. Now, normally I don't care or don't mind about a fan vote. Usually All-Star Games are for the fans, and I have no problem with them deciding who's starting and who's going to be featured or whatever. But the news that came out, and I haven't really checked the updated rankings or ratings or whatever you want to call them, but 7 Kansas City Royals players are starting as of right now, I believe, in the All-Star Game. And I think that is just absolutely ridiculous. The All-Star Game in baseball has too much importance, in my opinion, for the fan vote or for the fans to have basically any type of factor on the teams that are being built. And, like I said, I don't mind it in basketball, even the Pro Bowl, football, whatever. But being that the winner of the All-Star Game, whatever, side that team comes from, that side gets home field advantage in the World Series, it's a big deal to me. I understand what they did to try to make the All-Star Game more competitive, more enjoyable for the fans and everybody involved, but I don't know, the voting just, there were reports that came out that there could be some type of tampering going on, and the fact that you can vote 35 times, and I think at one point earlier it was like you can vote 30 times every day from one device. It's just out of hand, and I don't feel that, and again, this is all my opinion. You may feel differently, but I just don't feel that the fan vote is bringing or putting together the best overall team for each side. And, one gripe I have about it, and you can call me a homer, and I'm probably, being biased on this one, but the fact that Nolan Arenado is having a fantastic season, I mean, just absolutely great season for a third baseman, and you can argue with me all you want, but he is the best defensive third baseman in Major League Baseball. in my opinion. But he's also hitting the ball right now, 47 RBI, 15 home runs. The fact that he is fourth in voting for third baseman in the NL is just absolutely ridiculous. I like Matt Carpenter. I like Todd Frazier. Kris Bryant could be very, very good and certainly is having a good season so far. But the fact that Nolan is behind all three of those guys is absolutely just ridiculous. That, and then mixed in with the 7 Royals players. I mean, I know the Royals are one of the better teams in the AL. They're coming off a AL pennant. They made it to the World Series. They're playing very, very well this year. But the fact that 7 of them are starting or set to be starting in the All-Star game is just a little bit ridiculous to me. Maybe I'm alone in these feelings. I don't know. I saw some tweets that David Price had earlier this week that kind of mimicked or agreed with what I'm saying, is that if this game is so important, if this thing is going to decide who is going to have home field advantage in the World Series, then maybe a fan vote shouldn't be the way to choose the starting lineups. Or maybe it should be 50-50. I don't know. Maybe the fan vote should, give us the top 3 players, and then baseball decides out of those top 3 players at each position which one should actually start. I don't know. I don't know how they could fix it. Hopefully, maybe they will. Maybe this is just something that I need to shut up about and get over it. I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. It's going to wrap it up for this week's edition as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back with a brand new team update coming probably tomorrow, guys. So be on the lookout for it. We got a whole new lineup that we're going to be rolling out, and I think you guys are going to like it. Peace.